afternoon, Mr. President, members of the Presidential Cabinet, members of the Community Council, division chairpersons, other invited guests on the platform, faculty, parents, spouses, friends, and honored students. We are gathered here today for the 13th annual Convocation to honor those members of our family here at Medgar College, mainly seniors who have been selected for their outstanding academic achievement, as well as to honor those who have an exemplary record of unselfish service and commitment to their fellow students. Many will receive awards in both categories. I made an informal count of the number of awards being given today, and the total was about 160. To these awardees, we offer our sincere congratulations. You have left a legacy for those coming after you to emulate. But despite the large number of awards, there are many of you whose efforts go unsung and unrecognized. However, you know who you are, and although unnamed, continue your good works. Your kind deeds will live after you in the hearts of those whom you have helped, and your academic performance is nonetheless significant. But remember, all of you, you cannot rest on your laurels. The struggle continues, the deed is not done, and the battle is not yet won. Would you kindly rise now and join the choir in singing two stanzas of the Black National Anthem, and remain standing for the invocation which will be offered by the Reverend Dr. J. Oscar Lee, Chairman Emeritus of the Medgar College Community Council.
Rejoice. Let us pray. Almighty God, thou who art the companion of every human soul and the giver of every good and perfect gift, we thank thee for education. May it ever be the means of creating wisdom, whereby men may create a world of justice, peace, and righteousness. We thank thee, O Lord, for this 13th Convocation, and for having walked with this college, with its faculty, its alumni, and its students through all these years. Continue to inspire them so that they may live best and serve their fellows most. We ask thee, O Lord, to inspire the whole student body when they see the role models who will receive awards for excellent performance. Help them in every way. Now hear our prayer and grant our petition through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. The Medgar Evers College Choir will sing the Medgar Evers song, which was composed by Dr. Edna Edette and John O. Killings. The choir is directed by Drs. Edna Edette and Jamisella Holloman of the Humanities Division. In case you don't know, that was the first singing of our college song. Thank you to the members of the choir, to Dr. Zedette and Holloman. At this time, I would like to introduce to you the new administrative officers of the college and others on the dais. Please stand when I call your name. Dr. Shirley Evans, Dean of Academic Affairs and Deputy to the President. Dr. Charles Barron, Dean of Administration. Professor Rose Ross, Dean of Adult Continuing Education. Dr. Charlotte Phoenix, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs. Dr. Zala Chandler, Associate Dean of Student Affairs. Professor Eda Harris, Director of Special Programs and College Counseling. Dr. Betty Shabazz, Director of Communications and Public Relations. Ms. Rhonda Van Zandt, Director of Alumni Affairs. Mr. William Boone, Special Assistant for Legislative and Community Affairs. Dr. Marcella Maxwell, Special Assistant for Development and Public Projects. Mr. E. Thomas Oliver, Business Manager. Mr. Andrew Coleman, Executive Assistant to the President. Ms. Maxine O'Connor, President of the Alumni Association. You will meet other platform guests during the program. It is now a great pleasure for me to introduce to you Dr. J. Carrington Chun II, President of Medgar Evers College. Dr. Chun will offer some special remarks to our 1984 graduates.
Thank you very much, Dean Bradley. And let me also just sort of take a moment to ad-lib on something you said, that was the first singing of our college song. Am I correct? I also think it was the first public appearance of our college choir. At least this rendition of our college choir. Am I correct? So Dr. Dett and others and the choir, of course, should be roundly applauded and congratulated on how well they were able to render that particular song that will become a standard, I'm sure, in the college's repertoire of songs as well as our banner. I would like, as president of the college, to welcome all of you here, my distinguished colleagues here on the dais with me, our distinguished guests, the parents of our graduates that are here, the children, the loved ones, my fellow students, my fellow faculty, and most important of all, our graduates that are assembled here today. This is a milestone day in your life, as well as in the life of the college. We pause just for a period of time, therefore, to honor and make awards to many of our outstanding graduates in honor of their achievements, in honor of their fortitude, as well as their extraordinary efforts as they have, if you will, reached a point of excellence in their own maturing and academic process. It is my recognition of your achievement, and in recognition of your achievement, of your outstanding efforts, and in many instances, quite remarkable efforts, that we have come together this afternoon to share with you our respect as well as our deep admiration. However, we also gather here this afternoon to bear witness to and reaffirm our faith in higher education as a key ingredient in empowering our people and all oppressed people in their ongoing struggle to achieve and to improve their and their family and communities' quality of life. These students that are assembled here this afternoon, therefore, are representative of the class of 1984. Not the entire class, but representative of the class of 1984. Symbolic of the past graduating classes over the past 13 years, and they're also the precursors of classes to come from this great college and from this great city University of New York. We are certain that they will carry the torch of justice. We are certain that you'll carry the torch of truth and of the torch of empowerment forward in the years to come. We, your faculty and the college, have prepared you for the next 20 years to come. Not just for your next job, or for next week, or for next month, or for next year. We must prepare you, if you will, to face with vision and with foresight the future, the 21st century, the year 2004 and beyond. Our world as we know it is rapidly changing. There are powerful forces within the body politic and outside of our body politic that will change the world in forms and shapes that we have never known before. There are many critical questions that we face. The questions of war and peace, the questions of employment or unemployment, the questions of equity, inequity, the questions of justice and injustice. Hopefully these questions and these contradictions at times can be resolved in a amenable manner as we move forward in unity, move forward with dedication and with great fortitude. Major trends have emerged that are in the process of changing and reforming, if you will, the very world that we live. You now have, as our graduates, and you now have, as our honor graduates, great additional responsibility to help shape, if you will, the world that you re-enter at this point. What form is the world taking? Just recently, I finished a book called Megatrends by John Nesbitt, talking about new directions that are transforming our lives over the coming 20 to 30 years. Let me just for a moment summarize some of those new directions. Although we continue to think we live in an industrialized society, we have in fact changed to an economy based on the creation and distribution of information. In other words, the computer, the microchip, and the other innovations in computer science is now, if you will, the new wave of progress. Secondly, we are moving into the dual direction of high tech, at the same time with the double demand of high touch, if you will, to compensate for the dehumanization that sometimes comes from over-scientific inquiry. Three, no longer do we have the luxury of operating within an isolated, self-sufficient, or, if you will, a self-sufficient national economic system, but now we must acknowledge that we are part of a global economy. We are restructuring from a society run on short-term considerations and short-term goals now to a society moving in favor of dealing with things in much longer-term frames of reference. Number five, in cities and states, in small organizations and subdivisions, we have rediscovered the ability to act innovatively and to achieve results, not imposing our wishes from the top down, from Washington or from state capitals necessarily, like Albany and other places, but from the bottom up. Number six, we are shifting from institutional help to more self-sufficiency and self-reliance in all aspects of our lives. Seven, we're discovering that the framework of representative democracy has become obsolete in an area, if you will, of instantaneous shared information and needs. Number eight, we are giving up on our dependence on hierarchical structures in favor of informal network and more horizontal structuring, restructuring, and mutual support groups. Number nine, more Americans are living in the Southwest, in the South, and the Northwest than now are living in the Northeast, as well as the northern parts of our country. And number 10, it is now moving from a narrow either-or society with a limited number of options and personal choices to a society into which, if you will, there are multiple options and multiple choices to be made for all citizens, especially those of you that are graduating in 1984. Given these changes and this reforming, if you will, of the society, what then is your responsibility and duty as a leader in our emerging society? I use the word leader quite intentionally. Yes, as a leader, it is expected that those of you with extraordinary endowments and skills, those of you with special blessings, those of you with special talents, it is expected for you to give more than those that do not. It's expected that if you have a special gift, that you will share that gift with the world, with your family, with your neighbors, friends, and community. You therefore have a mandate to lead. You therefore have a mandate to lead. A mandate to forge new horizons as well as directions for all of us. You therefore have a mandate to point out the wrongs of the world and to assist in making them right. To point out the shortcomings of the world and assisting in filling the needs. To look at the suffering of the world, if you will, and try to find, if you will, a way to alleviate the pain. The mandate that you shared there is a mandate of leadership that's centuries old and centuries before all of us. It falls upon you, therefore, in your generation of graduates and your fellow classmates to lead the way from just a primarily industrial exploitation of the masses of our people to join, if you will, in a redistribution of information as well as a demystification of the science and technology so that one can involve themselves with added responsibility in reshaping the world order. I was just a few days ago, as many of you know, looking for a house to buy here in Brooklyn. I don't care what you say, there's no multiple listing here in Brooklyn. There's no multiple houses available here in Brooklyn. There's multiple rumors about where houses are here in Brooklyn, but I think I may have looked up and found a place. But in the process of doing this, I visited a home to look at it to purchase, and there were two little girls in a bedroom playing with a computer. These little girls were about 7 and 8 years old apiece. They were playing an electronic Scrabble game, very, very skillfully and with a lot of foresight. And they were keeping score, they were calculating their scores, all through tapping in through the computer. I was sort of curious with this because my own children are learning the computer and worked on it from 3rd and 4th grade up. So I asked the youngest little girl, about 7 years old, did she understand computer language? She informed me that she understood BASIC, that she was learning Fortran, and she expected to know Cobalt within about another year or two. I was amazed with this, in that I then asked her several questions about the basic language, which she answered without hesitating her game. I therefore know then that those of us that are so-called adults, that are so-called the leaders of the society, have better catch up with the children among us that are 6 and 7 years old and have this new facility and this new skill. As we emerge, therefore, into a world economy, those of you that are business leaders, those of you that understand international business and economics, those of you that hold bachelor's degrees in business and international finance and others, must understand that the third world economies, or the so-called third world economies that are now called the first world economies, should have a full measure, if you will, of participation in the wealth of this world. And they must be helped to fully participate and not just used to further fuel the monopolistic capital and further exploitation of labor of the masses across the world, but deal, if you will, in a redistribution of wealth here in the world, a redistribution of wealth within the so-called third world, now called the first world, and understand, all of us in this room, that as we sit here this very Sunday afternoon, that people in the Sahel and other places are starving. Our brothers and sisters in many countries of this world are without dinner tonight, without food, or without shelter. We must then redistribute the wealth from the 90%, if you will, of have-nots away from the 10% that have and control the wealth of the world. We must also understand as we move ahead and move forward that the human element of the high touch must accompany the high tech, in that we must find ways to hook up the human condition to the natural sciences and the vast amount of process and programs that have been developed to solve problems. We have to remember that power flows from where? The bottom up, and that lessons from the struggle of oppressed people historically, through biblical terms, through all of our history, as well as contemporarily. Locality politics are now very crucial, because if power flows from the bottom up, we must understand that from the top down, changes must be made, and power must be shared in new ways and in new configurations. Our very form of representative government and representative democracy must be reflective of the needs of the masses. Please bear in mind that our governmental structures, our very way of being organized in governments, were developed over a few hundred years ago, before the great informational explosion, before the word processing, informational processing capacity, before all the computer technology and other forms of knowledge transfers. Therefore, government must keep pace with this and be mindful of this, as well as responsive with these realities. Also be mindful ever of the population shifts and processes that are taking place around us. Some of you would need to relocate. Some of you would be called to international affairs and duty. Some of you would be asked to go south and west and southwest and other places to bring to bear your power and your knowledge on those that most need your help. Be mindful of your special responsibility as blacks, as Hispanics, as Asians, and as other people of color, as well as those of you that are not in these groups, but are in support of people of color. Be ever mindful that we are no longer the minority, but we are now the majority. That the world is made up of 2/3 people of color. We have to then provide help for the oppressed and help for the have-nots. And it's your special responsibility to struggle against ignorance, your special responsibility to struggle against racism, to struggle against exploitation wherever it is encountered in your lives. And you have to work and dedicate yourself to work hard to assist the vast majority of our people and brethren to develop their full potential and their full capacity. Above all, I beseech all of you, our honor graduates, that you never lose faith in the power that's above, that allowed you to develop your skills and your talents, that you never lose faith in the power that's above, that allowed you to develop your skills and your talents. And always remember, he who believeth in him shall have what? Everlasting life. We are proud of you, we love you, and we continue to wish you Godspeed. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. President, for those inspiring words. The Medgar Evers Choir will sing "The Lord is My Light" by Lillian Booknight. Thank you, members of the choir, Dr. Udette, and Mr. James Neely, the pianist and singer, for that very, very moving rendition. Mr. William Howard, chairman of the Medgar Evers College Community Council, will acknowledge gifts to the Community Council He will also present awards and introduce community leaders who will present some other awards.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chun. Dr. Lee, would you please join me here, and Dr. Maxwell, if you join me on the lower edge, and Mr. Boone, if you join me here, we can do it real orderly and get it taken care of real quick. There's not enough space here, and there are a number of awards, so if you don't mind, we'd like to do it in the front here, and that would save us an unusual amount of time. Dr. Lee.
President Chun, Mr. Howard, members of the administration, and my good friends of the student body and their parents. I want to start this by acknowledging that for a number of years, the Aetna Life and Casualty Foundation has made awards for student scholarships. This year, we want to thank them for a contribution of $5,000 to the council. These funds will be distributed through 10 $500 scholarship awards to juniors with high scholastic averages and who are in need of financial assistance. All of the academic divisions have selected deserving students to receive these scholarships. These awards will be forwarded to the bursar and applied to the September tuition of the awardees. Will the following recipients please come forward and accept your award when I call your names? Will all awardees come to the platform on the right side and leave from the left? If they would come here on the right. Paulette Jackson with an average of 3.55. Norville Clark with an average of 3.89, Business Administration. Nanette Fernandez with an average of 3.83, Business Administration. Ruth Razor with an average of 3.25, Humanities. Paul Rollins with an average of 3.92, Natural Science. Earl Pollard with an average of 3.84, Natural Science. Grace Barnett with an average of 4.0, Social Science. Nadine Pearson with an average of 4.0, Social Science. Fernando Rivera with an average of 3.50, Teacher Education. Patricia Cox with an average of 3.35, Teacher Education. Again this year, the Council is extremely grateful to Mrs. Phyllis Gloucester for the Dr. Cecil C. Gloucester Memorial Scholarship Fund Awards to Medgar college graduates who are accepted to medical school. This year, we have 3 students who have been accepted to various medical schools. The following graduates will please come to accept your awards. Ms. Angela Baker. She will go to the University of Connecticut School of Medicine. Ms. Joanne Dowers. She will go to the New York College of Podiatrics Medicine. Ms. Sherry Burden. She will go to the State University of New York School of Medicine at Buffalo, New York. The Brooklyn Business and Professional Women's Clubs have made a contribution for scholarship purposes for a number of years. This year, we are pleased to present 2 awards to 2 business administration majors. Aldith Williams, with a grade point average of 3.47. Norma Grant with a grade point average of 4.00. This year, the Council will present 5 awards to adult and continuing education students in honor of Dr. Marcella Maxwell, former Dean of Adult and Continuing Education, through the L.H. Woodward Funeral Home, Incorporated. Professor Rose Ross, Dean of Adult Continuing Education, will make the presentations.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Will the following students please come forward to the lower platform? Ms. Jean Williams, highest achievement real estate salesperson. Ms. Yvette Brown, excellence in advanced typing. Ms. Bernadette Metzger, excellence in beginning typing. Ms. Deborah Warner, excellence in beginning word processing. And finally, Ms. Gwendolyn Floyd, excellence in advanced word processing. Thank you. Congratulations.
Dr. J. Oscar Lee Awards are again being presented to 3 outstanding special program students. I would like to take this opportunity to say just an additional word about these. We are indebted to the Venerable Goldwaith Sherrill, Rector of Grace Episcopal Church, for these awards. Will the following recipients please come forward? Carolyn Robinson, Special Programs. Brenda E. Simon, Special Programs. Teresa T. Tate, Special Programs. Through Mrs. Winifred Grant, Director of Educational Relations, the New York Telephone Company has made it possible for 2 graduates in business to receive rewards. Will the following persons please come forward to receive your rewards? Jefferson Bannister, grade point average 3.70. Fred Balfour, grade point average 3.50. This year is the first time we have received a contribution from a city marshal, Mr. Woodrow Gist. He is a friend of the college, and we are pleased that he has contributed 2 awards to business majors. Will the following persons come forward? Mr. Neville Severa, grade point average 4.0. Mr. Winston Lucombe, grade point average 3.34. Mrs. Ethel Charles, Bacillus of the Delta Rho Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, will present 2 recognition awards. Will Mrs. Charles please come to the podium to make these presentations?
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Will the following persons come forward, please? Ms. Faye Nelson, with a 4-point average in social science. And Ms. Dinesha Amaya, with a 4.0 in teacher education. And I would like to say that on behalf of the members of Delta Rho Omega Chapter, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Brooklyn, it gives us a great honor to present these awards to these outstanding students. On behalf of the chapter, we are honored. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Charles. The Lillian Webb Erskine Awards are given to 2 health science graduates in honor of Mrs. Lillian Webb Erskine, who was supervisor of nurses at Unity Hospital. Are you to make these awards?
Yes.
All right. The following persons are recipients. Will you kindly come forward? Irma King Dobson, grade point average 3.22. Therese Germain, grade point average 3.63. Will Ms. Jacqueline Dice, Social Science Division, please come forward to the platform to accept the Independent Savings Bank Award. The Provident Clinical Society awards to outstanding students in natural science will be presented by Dr. Mildred Clark, Secretary of the Society. Will you kindly come to the...
Would Mr. Milroy Fleary and Mr. Dale Fahey please come forward? On behalf of the Provident Clinical Society, which is the Brooklyn chapter of the National Medical Society, and which is composed of the physicians and dentists, the black physicians and dentists in the borough of Brooklyn, it gives me great pleasure to award these 2 awards to these recipients. We're hoping that you do go into medicine or dentistry, because that's what we're all about. And to join us, in the borough and in the country in providing the best health care possible for our people. Thank you kindly.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. Ms. Ulla Hightower, President of the Brooklyn Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, will present the $1,000 Carrie Smith Memorial Grant to a student receiving an associate degree and continuing at Medgar College. Ms. Hightower, will you kindly come to make the presentation?
Will Paulette Jackson please come forward? Associate degree in Secretarial Science and will continue her education at Medgar, pursuing a degree in Business Administration. On behalf of the Brooklyn Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, I am happy to present this award to Paulette. This is the first annual Carrie Smith Memorial Grant.
Thank you, Ms. Hightower. This concludes the council's part of the program this afternoon, and I should like to turn the program back to Dean Bradley, our mistress of ceremonies.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Congratulations to all the winners so far. It is now my pleasure to ask Dr. Shirley Evans, Dean of Academic Affairs and Deputy to the President, to introduce the division chairpersons for presentation of awards and certificates.
It's my pleasure to introduce the first chairperson, Dr. Wendell Clement, Chairman of the Business Administration Division, who will make the presentations for the division. Dr. Clement.
I would like to now present our division awards. Would the following students please come to the podium? The first awards are for community service, for outstanding service to the students and the division. Mr. Winston Lacombe. Henry, Mr. Lacombe will accept for Mr. Henry. The next awards are for academic excellence for graduates with cumulative grade point indexes of 3.5 or better. Jefferson Warren Bannister. Ether Don Bradshaw. Babatunde Loy. Maureen Hilaire. Willie O'Tim. Wendy Ann Williams. Lasbart Osini. Arthur Fayette. Eddie Conley Lowell. Peter Ojodu. Paulette Jackson. Anthony Francis. Fred Balfour. Kendall Sasser. The next awards are for Certificate of Appreciation for Outstanding Performance in the Business Administration Division. Charles Griffith. Don Jackson. Felix Anyuki. Alice Turner. Constance Williams.
Thank you, Dr. Clement, and thank you, honorees. Congratulations once again. Moving right along, Dr. Bertie Gilmore, chairperson of the Health Sciences, will make the presentation from her division. Dr. Gilmore.
I would like now to present the division awards. Will the following students please come to the podium when their names are called? For academic excellence, we have Cynthia German, who has the highest grade point average in the division. Thank you. For clinical excellence, Ursuline Haynes. Professor Helen Murray Awards. There are 3 of them. Dolores Schoenberg, who is the president of the Medgar College Association of Nursing Students. Eugenia Cordelia Barrow. Marie Hippolyte.
A Nursing Achievement Award for Outstanding Accomplishments is presented by Dr. Betty Chabez in memory of her husband, Malcolm X, to Anne Marie Thomas. The Edith I. Harris Award for Excellence in Maternity Nursing, presented by the Knickerbockers International Business and Professional Women's Organization, to Jane Ann Pascal. The Ruby Lillian Webb Erskine Nursing Awards have already been awarded. The Convocation Awards go to Wilhelmina P. Liggins and Mavis I. Duffus. The Jamaican Nurses Association Award goes to Jane Salesman. Academic Excellence Certificates for graduates with cumulative grade point index of 3.5 or better. Cynthia German, Ursuline Haynes, George D. Allen. Yes, we are very proud of our male nurses. Anne Marie Thomas. Betty S. Emanuel. And Audrey Irene Williams. Audrey Williams is now in the Army Nurse Corps in Texas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Gilmore, and congratulations again to the honorees. Dr. Edna Edat, Chairperson of Humanities Division, will make the presentation of the awards for her divisions. Dr. Edat.
I would like now to make the presentation of the Division Awards. Will the following students please come to the podium when their names are called? Inzamo Felicia Alora. Hopefully Herzmile Hobson. These students were unable to come. They will also receive the Academic Excellence Certificates for grade point averages of 3.5 or better.
Thank you, Dr. Edat. Professor Yvonne Bennett, Chairperson of the Library, will make the presentations for the library.
Kenneth Robinson come to the podium. Kenneth Robinson has worked in the Division of Library Services since his freshman year and has performed assignments with consistent high quality. He is always cooperative and pleasant to everyone and has maintained good scholastic standing. Mr. Robinson intends to continue his studies in the area of management and systems analysis on the graduate level. We here at Medgar Evers all wish him well, and it is with extreme pleasure and great honor that I present to you the Division of Library Services 1984 Student Aid of the Year Award for a dedicated and reliable contribution as a library student aid. Good luck, Kenneth.
Dr. Darius Movaziki, Chairperson of Natural Science and Mathematics, will present the awards for that division.
Thank you, Dean Evans. It is my pleasure now to make the presentation of the divisional awards. Will the following students please come to the podium when their names are called? First, for outstanding academic achievement in the natural sciences and mathematics, Kenny Andrew II. Mr. Second will begin his studies in engineering at Polytechnic Institute of New York. Ms. Shirley Durden. Ms. Durden has received acceptance from 2 medical schools, Temple University and SUNY at Buffalo, and she will be attending SUNY at Buffalo Medical School beginning September. At the same time, these 2 outstanding awardees have received a grade point average of 3.5 or better, so they would receive also the certificate for that category. Mr. Hang Ming Dong. Mr. Dong will continue his engineering at City College of New York beginning September. Ms. Joycelyn Lube. Mr. Joycelyn, sorry. Mr. Lube would continue his engineering study at Pratt Institute. Gwyntlyn L. Mitchell. Ms. Mitchell would continue the engineering study at Pratt Institute beginning September. David Roy Quintine. Milroy Fleury. Sharon Newby. Ernest Etienne. Mr. Etienne would also go to the engineering school at City College beginning September. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Movaziki, and congratulations, and thank you, honorees. Dr. Rafael Zambrana, chairperson of the Social Science Division, will make the presentations for that division. Dr. Zambrana.
Thank you, Dr. Evans. On behalf of the Social Science Division, it is my pleasure to present the Division Awards. Would the following students please come to the podium when the names are called? Weldon Finley. Yes, the recipient of the Academic Excellence Award for Outstanding Mr. Weldon Finley is the recipient of the Academic Excellence Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement with a grade point average of 4.0. Richmond Spencer Harris. Mr. Harris is also a recipient of Academic Excellence Award. Lee Thomas Miller. Mr. Miller is a recipient of Academic Excellence Certificate for 3.5 or better. Mr. Weldon Finley is also recipient of the Academic Excellence Certificate, and Richmond Spencer Harris also recipient of Academic Excellence Certificate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Zambrano. Professor Ida Harris will be making presentations for the Division of Special Programs in College Counseling. Professor Harris.
Thank you, Dean Evans. Would the following students please come to the podium when their names are called from the Division of Special Programs? For academic excellence, for the highest grade point average, Carolyn Robinson. For outstanding performance, Brenda Ernestine Simon. The College Service Award for Outstanding Service and Achievement will be presented to Ruth Razor. For academic excellence, for those graduates with cumulative grade point index of 3.5 or better, Carolyn Robinson. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Professor Harris. Dr. Rosa Bradley, Dean of Student Services, will make the presentation for Student Services.
Thank you, Dean Evans. Will the following students please come forward when your names are called? Student Leadership Awards are given to the Senior Class President and members of the Student Government Association. For outstanding service as President of the Senior Class, Mr. Norris Cuffey. Mr. Winston McComb will accept the award to Mr. Keith Henry for outstanding service as the President of the Student Government Association. And Mr. Winston McComb will accept his own award as the Vice President of the Student Government Association. For outstanding service as the Evening Vice President of Student Government Association, Mrs. Flavia Austin Lucombe. For outstanding service as the corresponding secretary of Student Government Association, Ms. Dorothy Beatty. For outstanding service as the recording secretary of Student Government Association, Ms. Carol Atkins. For outstanding service as the treasurer of Student Government Association, Mr. George Buddy. Congratulations to each of you, and thank you for a job well done in the previous year. Right now, we have recognition awards given to members of the student community for outstanding service. Will the following students please come forward? Ms. Abiki Anderson, Ms. Ernst Etienne, Mr. Dale Fahy, Ms. Valerie McDonald, Ms. Vashti Meek, Mr. Kenny Second, Ms. Alice Turner, Mr. Donald Turner, and Mr. Osidi Odenamadu. In addition, we have service awards to students who will be given certificates. Among these, and with the following persons, please come forward. Mr. Arthur Fidd, Mr. Del George Barrett, Ms. Judy Alexander, Ms. Dionysia Amaya, Ms. Maureen Jeffers, Ms. Constance Williams, Ms. Dawn Wickham, Mr. Fritz Anselm, Mr. Cornelius Ashton, Mr. Fred Akpienbi Balfour, Mr. Vincent Manuel, and Mr. Dion Thomas. I would also like to let you know that those students who received award for services were selected by a group committee who were composed of members of the Student Services Association as well as their fellow students. They were given awards for outstanding service to the student body. Thank you. There is, deviating slightly from the program, there is one other award which is to be given, that is not on the program. It will be given by Mr. Don Bartley.
Thank you, Dr. Burnley. I also like to thank Dr. Maxwell for giving me the opportunity to bring this award forward. I'm the student, president of the Social Science Club. I'd like to give this award the members. I would first like just to recognize the members of the club who hold the position. First of all, Ms. Ann Bird, who is the vice president. Please take a stand. Ms. Audrey Duverglass, correspondent secretary. Ms. Audrey Poindexter, who is the recording secretary. And Ms. Julia Rice, the treasurer. I'd like to give a special hand also to Mr. Bill Little, who is not here, but who had a great part as far as the coordination of this award. We, the members of the club, had decided to give the public administration program an award because, first of all, we know this is, as far as graduating class for this year, this is one of the largest PA grads who will be going from the college as far as a group. I myself work in the capacity of PA at the present time, and I know how important it is working in the community and servicing the community. I would like to present this award to the chairman of the Social Science Division for the PA program itself, to Dr. Zambrano. Could you please come to the front?
Surprises are things that sometimes make me speechless. And this is one of those times. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Liberta Mays is the chairperson of the Division of Teacher Education, and she'll be making the presentations for that division. Dr. Mays.
Thank you, Dean Evans. Will the following individuals please come to the podium when your names are called? The award for academic excellence and community service, highest grade point average in teacher education, and for community service, Mr. Gerald Ramey. Gerald, will you stand here, please? While I do not like to deviate from the script, I must at this moment say that Mr. Ramey has the distinct honor of being the oldest graduate in the college this year, 71 years old. Bravo! The next award for academic excellence and service to the community goes to Ms. Jennifer Tunison. Ms. Jennifer Tunison. And next, academic excellence certificate for graduates with cumulative grade point index of 3.5 or better. Joe Ramey again. Jennifer Tunison, Maureen Euphrasia Jeffers, and Dionysia Amaya. Congratulations.
Congratulations once again, and thank you, Dr. Mays. Thank you. Mr. Robert Haskins, who is the Director of Adult Continuing Education, will present the awards for that division. Mr. Haskins.
Thank you, Dean Evans. Will the following adult continuing education students come to the front when I call their names? May Delman, Marie Carmel Sierra, for outstanding performance in English as a second language. Congratulations to both of you. I would also like to ask the following adult and continuing education students to please return to the front again to receive recognition for their outstanding achievement in the following areas. Ms. Jean Williams, highest achievement on the real estate qualifying examination, state approved, New York State. Ms. Jean Williams. By the way, Ms. Williams scored 100 on the examination. That deserves recognition. Ms. Yvette Brown, excellence in advanced typing. Ms. Bernadette Metzer, excellence in beginning typing. Ms. Deborah Warner, excellence in beginning word processing. Ms. Gwendolyn Floyd, excellence in advanced word processing. Thank you very much and congratulations again.
Thank you, Mr. Haskins. Sophia Bandelli, Director of the Center for Women's Development, will present the awards from the center.
Thank you, Dean Evans. And before anybody else forgets to say it, this is a great student body. You all look wonderful. You are among the most beautiful and the brightest in the nation. The Center for Women's Development is pleased to present an award of appreciation to Valerie McDonald for, you know, Valerie is one of those hard workers. When I came in, she was all tired out from decorating downstairs and from helping out. One of those hard workers you can call on anytime, dependable Valerie. We would also like to present a certificate of appreciation to Valencia Lisa Williams, who has dedicated her life to working with the handicapped. I just want to say a word about Lisa, as we call her. In dedicating her life to working with the multiple handicapped, she is giving meaning when we say that there are the voiceless and the powerless in this society, and to be a member of a minority, actually a majority when we think of the world, and a person of color, and to have a multiple handicap is no easy thing. Lisa has devoted her life to this. She's going to be an occupational therapist. She often comes to Medgar Evers with the young people in her charge as today, and so we wanted to commend this work on behalf for this young woman. Thank you.
Thank you again, Mr. Dillon. Congratulations. Mr. Norris Cuffey, who is the president of the 1984 senior class, will make the presentations for the senior class and will have some special remarks for us. Mr. Cuffey.
Would the following students please come to the podium when your name is called? For outstanding performance as senior class representatives, Valerie McDonald, Angela Sanders, for meritorious service rendered on behalf of the senior class, Laverne Alexander, B.K. Anderson, and Thomas Boston. Dr. Chun, distinguished guests, faculty, fellow students, family and friends, good evening. We are about to cross a big hurdle. We, the 1984 graduates. And we deserve it, don't we? After 2, or maybe 4, 5, maybe 6 years, burning the midnight lamps, we can see light at the end of the tunnel, can't we? I'm proud of us all today, those who receive awards, those who have come out to support us, those who are here practicing for next year when it will be their turn, remembering last year when it was their turn. As senior class president, it's my hope that none of us will let Medgar College be their last stop in the quest for truth, knowledge, and expansion of self. We are here today to recognize those who have accomplished the first phases of these quests with excellence, but we by no means want to exclude the others. The fact that some of our classmates did not receive awards or certificates in no way means that their accomplishments are any less important. We, the class of '84 will all march together, will all stand together, will all surge forward in the name of Medgar College. None of us need a certificate to do that. Being a part of this great institution is rewarding enough. I have tried as senior class president to serve my classmates, our college, and its community. For those times I've fallen short, I can only say that my love and faith were forever present. And for those times I succeeded, I accomplished something, not for myself, but for all of us. As we go forward for Medgar, let the memories, the love, the support, and the knowledge that we gain here be our guiding lights. Let us forever stand in unity. Let us forever stand under the lamp of knowledge. Let us forever stand as representatives and ambassadors for this great institution. Good luck to us all. May peace and strength take us forward ever. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Student Government Association Awards will be presented by Mr. Winston Lacombe, Vice President of the Student Government Association, and he too will offer some brief special remarks before he makes the presentations. Mr. McComb.
Good afternoon, President Chun, members of his staff, faculty and staff, distinguished guests, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor and a privilege that I stand before you today as a student leader of this future CUNY flagship institution. We are here today to acknowledge those who have achieved academic excellence, those who have been recognized for their dedication and support to the students and to this institution, and those who have rendered services to and for students above and beyond the call of duty. We, the students, have come a mighty long way, but it's just the beginning. For the first 4 years of college is just the blossoming of one's career. We have to be fed and nurtured by the experiences of the world in order for us to grow and be groomed into a better society. We are the society of tomorrow. We have achieved much, but let us not stop there. Let us continue to achieve and grow, moving forward to a better race, to better our country, to better our world. Many of our graduates have moved forward to become doctors, lawyers, dentists, chemists, engineers, accountants, educators, businessmen and women, and many, many other professions. We, the class of '84, must join the ranks and grow to become trees and flowers of this world. Become someone. We are capable of doing it. We are capable of making work because we have the Medgar Evers background. And we need to tell others of the Medgar Evers background. Let us be proud of Medgar Evers College. Let us be proud of Medgar Evers, the man who died for what he believed in. And that is QUALITYEDUCATION. He died in order to make each and every one who went to this institution dreams come true. Let us keep in mind, to accomplish anything, one must give up something. Let us not forget those who sacrificed for us as a people. Brother Medgar Riley Evers, Brother Martin Luther King, Brother Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Sister Fannie Lou Herman, and others. They gave up something that we could gain something. We are entitled to a quality education wherever we go. Let us stand up for that. Demand that. It is all right. So let us make our past freedom fighters well pleased. Let us say thanks to Medgar Evers for making the class of '84 dreams come true. Forward ever, backward never. As I call the names with the following students, please come to the podium. In recognition of her service as Recording Secretary of the Student Government Association of Medgar Evers College for the academic year 1983-84, Ms. Carol Actins. In recognition of her unselfish, loyal, outstanding, and dedicated services rendered to the students of Medgar Evers College and to the student government, Ms. Dorothy V. Beatty. For dedication to Medgar Evers College, Ms. Lillian Brewster. outstanding work and commitment to the student body, Mr. George R. Buddy. For service to the students, Ms. Marcia Campbell. For outstanding and dedicated service, Mr. Colin Charlton. For invaluable service as office manager, Mr. Charles Griffin. Word of appreciation presented to the student body for support to the Student Government Association 1983-84. Many thanks. Forward ever, backward never. Keith P. Henry, President. Winston M. Lacombe, Vice President. Flavia Austin, Night Vice President. George R. Buddy, Treasurer. Dorothy V. Beatty, Corresponding Secretary. Carol Adkins, Recording Secretary. Award of appreciation for dedication, loyalty, and service to the students of Medgar College in serving as Night Vice President of the Student Government Association, Ms. Flavia Austin Lacombe. For outstanding service rendered to Medgar College Child Care Center, Ms. Sherrod Ludlow. For enforcing academic excellence, we present this award to Professor Granville Ainsworth. I don't think Professor Ainsworth would say I would like the chairperson of that division to accept this award for him. For outstanding services rendered to the Student Government Association, Mr. Bert Alvarez, Berzar. Bert Alvarez, Berzar. For invaluable service as SJ advisor, Professor Nathaniel Izuma. For invaluable service as SJ advisor, also Professor Edward Adeniji. For dedicated service rendered to the students and to the Student Government Association, Dr. Dominic Awasiki. Let us all give our awardees a round of applause. Thank you.
And now, the final presentations will be made by our president, Dr. J. Carrington Chun II, to the valedictorian and the salutatorian. These special awards were contributed by the Brooklyn Navy Yard Development Corporation. President Chun.
Thank you very much. Will Mr. Weldon Finlay, who is the valedictorian, come forward? And Mr. Kenny A. Second, the valedictorian, come forward. You can imagine, all of you, what it takes to achieve the honor of valedictorian and what it takes to achieve the honor of salutatorian. A valedictorian is the top academic achiever in the class. I'm very proud, very pleased to announce to you that Mr. Finlay carried a perfect grade point average of 4.0. Mr. Finlay came to New York from St. Vincent in 1976. He was a teacher in his country for 12 years. However, upon arrival, he decided to achieve a bachelor's degree at Medgar College. This is therefore his second degree. He's a public administration major. I'm proud to say, for those of us that have reached the so-called mental age, that he is 46 years old. He was employed full-time during his work here, which is amazing in itself, working the graveyard shift at a community residence for mentally retarded children, meaning from 12 at night, I suppose, to about 8 in the morning. 7:30 in the morning, I'll stay corrected. In addition to carrying the full academic load and the full workload all night for that number of years, he and his lovely wife, Marguerite, have married for 19 years and have 4 children ages 9 through 18. His daughter will be entering college in the fall, and I am certain that your example, sir, has set a very, very fine inspirational path for her and the rest of your family. Mr. Kenny A. Second, who is our salutatorian, I'm very proud to speak to, earned a grade point average of 3.93. He came to New York from Trinidad in November of 1980 on a student visa. Trinidad. He enrolled here, as you know, in the pre-engineering program and did outstanding work, and has now entered engineering study at the Polytechnic Institute in electrical engineering. I am also proud to relate to you, for your recall, that Mr. Second was also the most valuable player on our ranked soccer team for the last 2 years. Mr. Second. I have the honor, prior to awarding them the President's Award, to share this very special moment with our Alumni Association here at the college that we're in the process of both reorganizing and revitalizing under the leadership of Rhonda Van Zant, our alumni director, but also under the excellent and fine leadership of our alumni president, one of our graduates, Ms. Maxine O'Connor, who will give an alumni award. Ms. O'Connor.
I'd like to present, first of all, let me say congratulations, and I hope all of you will join the Alumni Association soon. This award is presented to Mr. Weldon Finley and Mr. Kenny A. Second in recognition of their outstanding academic achievements. Congratulations and good luck on your future endeavors.
I am very proud and very pleased to present to Mr. Weldon Finley the award as valedictorian of the 1984 graduation class, Medgar College, City University of New York. Congratulations. And to Mr. Kenny A. Second, the award was salutatorian of the graduating class of 1984 Medgar College. Now, before they leave the podium, I would like to deviate a bit from the script as it was prepared to ask all of the parents of all of our graduates to stand. Where are the parents out there? And the people that got awards today, any parents here? Okay, I'll get them next. I'll get them next. All the parents. Thank you. So remain standing. I want all of the wives and husbands, boyfriends and girlfriends of our graduates and awardees to please stand. All the loved ones. Now I want all of the children of our awardees in the audience also to please stand.